everyone, my name is Becca and welcome back. So first off, really sorry about the lighting. It's really dark out. Also, it's really rainy out. There's nothing I can do about this, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. Of course, this would happen when I decide to film a video. I'm filming this really late at night because I just learned of a new readathon. Well, technically this readathon was in April, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, I just learned of this. I was just watching some booktube videos, and one of the booktubers that I watch just did a TBR for the readathon, so made me really want to do it. This would happen on a month where I'm like, I'm not really going to worry about the books that I'm going to only read like 5 books. Not really, but I'm only going to plan to read 5, and then we'll see what happens later on in the month. It's not happening. It's a month-long readathon, and I have quite a lot of books for this readathon. So, I have already filmed my July TBR. I'm doing this for the entire month of July, just to let you guys know. While I'm doing the O.W.L.S Readathon, this is created by Book Roast. Almost forgot the name. I will link her channel down below. Again, this readathon was technically in April, and I believe I might have heard of it. I mean, this was a few months ago, but I believe I might have heard of it, but I just didn't look into it. Nobody I really knew was actually like participating in the readathon, so I just didn't really catch on to it, and then I believe I might have been kind of busy in April, so I really didn't try hard to look into it. But of course, here we are now. The reason why this is popping up is because the Newts readathon. Also, if you guys don't know, owls and newts are examinations featured in Harry Potter. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, this is, a really good readathon. This is, examinations that Harry and all of, the Hogwarts students have to take. And OWL stands for Ordinary Wizarding Levels. Yes. Okay. Again, this is really late at night. I haven't gotten, like, any sleep. And I just learned of this. I was just laying down, going to sleep, like trying to go to sleep, and then I saw this, readathon TBR, and I was like, okay, I'll look into it. And now I'm stuck trying to find a TBR and everything for it really late at night, so here we are. So yeah, where was I? Oh god. There are 12 subjects, and there's a prompt for each subject. So again, like, this was featured in Harry Potter, so if you've read Harry Potter, you know all about it. The Newts examinations or readathon is that is in August. So if you have read Harry Potter, you know before you could take the Newts, which is not a mandatory examination that you have to take in Harry Potter, but before you can take the Newts, you have to have completed your OWLs. So we'll get into that. So before we can participate in the Newts readathon, which, by the way, I've seen the announcement, I've seen the challenges, and wow, that's going to be pretty hard, but I really want to do it. Before you can participate in the August readathon, you have to complete your OWLs. I mean, technically, you don't have to. You could, participate in the Newts as like a practice run, and then it's really weird. You have to just look at I'll link Book Roast videos down below for both those announcements, for owls and newts, but yeah, it was just really weird. And there goes the thunder. So let's just get into the owls, okay? Okay, so like I said, there are 12 subjects, and for each subject you have a prompt, and you have to find a book to complete each prompt. There are grades, so we'll get into that first. For the grades, there are failing grades as well as passing grades. So for the fail grades, there are 3. There's T for troll, which is no participation. You just don't participate in the readathon, so you're a troll. Okay. I don't want to be a troll, so that's why I'm doing this readathon. D is for dreadful. That is if you just don't finish the challenge. Like, you start a challenge but you don't complete it, you don't finish, you know, you start a book but you don't complete it, so you're dreadful. P is for poor. You only complete one OWL, which is you only read one book completing one of the subjects, so you only complete one OWL, you still fail. So to pass, you can do an A for acceptable, which is completing 2 OWLs. You can do E for exceed expectations, which is completing 3 OWLs, and then O for outstanding, which is completing 5 OWLs. So you really only have to complete 2 OWLs to technically complete the readathon. So you only have to read a total of 2 books really to complete the readathon. Or you can complete 3, or you can complete 5, or you could be, someone who just loves a challenge and try to complete all 12. Now, there is a problem with the 12th. Well, with one of the challenges, so we'll get into that. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, now I remember. So, for each challenge, you must have a book. So, whatever you decide to read, you cannot double up. So, you can't choose a book for, let's say, 2 challenges or 3 challenges. You have to, if you're going to try and complete each challenge, you must find one specific book for each challenge. Does that make sense? So, if you're going to try and complete all 12, you have to have a book fitting for each challenge, so you must have 12 books that fit each challenge. Okay. So yeah, let's get into the subjects now. So for Ancient Ruins, your Ancient Ruins class, for Ancient Ruins OWL, to complete that, you must read a book with a symbol on the cover. So for that, I have Scythe. I've seen this in April from Aprilius Maximus. That was her readathon TBR that I saw that made me really want to do this. So she chose this. By the way, there's a big... There it goes. Don't like stickers. She chose this as her her Ancient Ruins OWL. The symbol is the Grim Reaper for the symbol of death. And I agree with her. I really want to read this. Everybody has been reading it and loving it. I feel like I'm one of the only ones. Like me and April were the only ones who haven't read it. So I really want to get to this. So hopefully I will be able to complete Ancient Ruins with this. For Arithmancy, for your Arithmancy OWL, you must read a book with a number on the cover or in the title. So, of course, I haven't read this book, and again, everybody is talking about this book like nonstop. And that is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Oh my god, do I want to read this book very badly. And this is perfect because the number 7 is right in the title, and I'm just really, really wanting to read this book. So that is for that OWL. For Astronomy, you must read a science fiction novel. So I have Starflight by Melissa Landers. I keep putting this off, and I feel like I should pick this for this, but I don't know if I really want to. So I might choose a different one. I might choose, let's say, I've been looking into Unearthed by Amy Coffin and Megan Spooner, so I believe that is sci-fi, so I might use that. Or I have another one I could use. I think Heart of Iron, I think it is called. It's an Anastasia retelling. And I think it's sci-fi. So I might do that one instead. So that might happen. I keep putting that book off. I'm probably just going to end up trying to read it and then unhauling it somehow. I don't know. I keep putting this off. Please, guys, let me know if you have read it and if you have enjoyed this, because I'm telling you, I've been putting this off for, I want to say, years, and it's been on my shelves for a really long time. The 4th OWL is Care of Magical Creatures, so it has to include a magical creature in this, in the book, or has one on the cover. I have a couple for this. I have a couple for this one and the next one. It's pretty much well, one of the same books. So I have Dragon Rider by Cornelia Funk. This has a dragon on the cover and in the title, and I'm guessing it's all about dragons, so that would definitely work. And then I also have O.W.L.S by Christopher Paolini. This is the second in the Inheritance saga quartet. You guys know how much I've been trying to get through this. These are on my July TBR, so I'm trying to incorporate my July TBR on this, and it's actually pretty much working, so since all of them pretty much feature dragons somehow, so this is perfect. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get to one of these for Care of Magical Creatures. For your charms, Owl, you must read a fantasy novel. So I have Uprooted by Naomi Novik, or again, I also have Eldest by Christopher Paolini, which is also fantasy. So I could do either one, it doesn't matter. We'll see. This one is definitely a lot longer than this one, but we'll see how that goes. For Defense Against the Dark Arts, this is the reason I decided to do this tonight. Because I just found out that My Plain Jane pretty much has a secret society. And I actually wanted to start it tonight, so that's what's happening. So I just read it, and it was, where was it? In the years that followed, and that's how the Royal Society for the Relocation of Werewood Spirits was established. I'm pretty sure it's secret because it has to do with ghosts. So, Secret Society, My Plain Jane by Cynthia Han, Bertie Ashton, and Jenny Meadows, also known as the Lady Janies. I loved My Lady Jane, and this literally just came out, and I am dying to pick this one up. I've never ever read Jane Eyre, but I have been intrigued, but I don't think I can sit through the whole classic. I've been thinking about watching like the movie or a miniseries or whatever it is, but this just sounds amazing, and I've heard really good things, and I don't think I really have to read Jane Eyre to get through this, but I just literally cracked it open, saw the Secret Society thing, and closed it and started making this video, so yeah. Divination is to read a book that features prophecies. Thank God. Tiger's Curse by Colleen Houck. I didn't get to this in June, so I'm definitely going to try and get to this in July. This is technically a reread, but I still needed to read it so I can continue on with the rest of the series. And I literally had to look up books that feature prophecies. Again, Unearthed by Amy Coffin and Megan Spooner is on that list, but I don't own that yet, and I didn't know if I'm actually going to get it. Again, I could be using that as sci-fi, or I could use Heart of Iron as, I think that's what it's called, Heart of Iron as sci-fi. But I did look up to see, because I wanted to say, I remembered something about prophecies from this book, and there are 4 prophecies that the main characters have to use to find clues or something within this. I looked it up, it's there, I'm using this. I'm using this. Herbology, you must read a book that features a nature-related word in the title. Perfect. Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dowell. Again, this is on my TBR. And I really wanted to read this. This features dragons as well, but it has forest on the title. So, forest in the title, I mean, and it's perfect. I was really happy to learn that forest is one of the words, and I was like, I'm using that. So History of Magic, read a historical fiction. I have some Tessa Dare I could get to. The one I have here is Do You Want to Start a Scandal? I've read a Julia Quinn novel, and apparently she blurbed it, Prepare to Fall in Love. Ooh. I mean, it's historical romance. I love historical romance, and I might read this, or another one I could read is Salt of the Sea by Rudius Petties. I don't have that in my hands right now, it's over there somewhere, but that is the one that April is using, so who knows. I'll also leave her link, or her channel link down below for you guys. Here we go. Muggle Studies. Read a nonfiction novel. So if you guys know me at all, you know how much I hate nonfiction. I can't get through nonfiction at all. It just doesn't interest me. It bores me to death, and I never am able to get through it. I've started quite a few like biographies from authors, or not authors, but like celebrities that I liked, and it just doesn't work. I mean, I literally end up DNFing it like 20 pages in. I'm just too bored to get through it. I will maybe try and see if there is one that I've been thinking maybe of getting the Lauren Graham one. Maybe. We'll see. I think it's Talking as Fast as I Can or something like that. And I might get that one. I might try that one, but I'm not entirely sure. Again, it's up in the air with that one. And that might be the only OWL that I don't complete. I'm hoping to try and get through 11, if not the 12. But if I only get through 5, we'll deal with it. But I'm hoping to get through 11. The next one is Potions. So a book that features alchemy. I've been thinking about getting the manga bind-up of Fullmetal Alchemist, at least volume 1, which features volumes 1, 2, and 3 from the manga series. I love Fullmetal Alchemist. I watched the anime when I was younger, like in high school. I need to watch the other anime, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's definitely on my list of anime to watch. I might end up getting that, but also I did find out this is one. Sabriel by Garth Nix. Apparently this features alchemy. I did not know that. I've had this for a little bit. But April said this features alchemy, so I'm going with her judgment, and I might end up picking this up. It also sounds kind of good. It's also fantasy. I'm reading a lot of fantasy this month, guys. I mean, Harry Potter, fantasy. Well, oh well. I don't know if I can get through all of these, but we'll see. And lastly, we have Transfiguration, which you must find a book that features shapeshifting of some kind. And thank God, I have Seraphina by Rachel Hartman. And this is about dragons that can shapeshift into humans. I love that. Again, this is a reread, but one that I really need to get to so I can get onto Shadow Scale. So again, this is on my TBR for the month. Let's see, do I have all of them? 2, 3, 4, 5. Uprooted is right here. So I have all of my books that were on my TBR for July. They're all here. Also, 6 others. And who knows, maybe some others as well. I wasn't planning on reading so many books this month, or at least I wasn't planning on needing to read so many books this month, but here we go. Here's a readathon that I really want to start, and it sounds really good. It sounds like so much fun. I love Harry Potter, and this readathon just sounds amazing. So, and I can get all of my TBR books on here. If I have to, one of, like Eldest might just be one that I read on the side that doesn't necessarily get onto this TBR, or onto this readathon, but still, at least I can get the majority of them as one of the prompts for this readathon. And I have a lot of other books that I'm like really have been wanting to get to, or have been looking at for quite some time. I mean, yeah, please. Yeah. And this one was on my last month's TBR and I never got to it, so I have been I'm actually like really excited. And again, this is a month-long readathon. So yeah, I'm doing it. We'll see how far I get. We'll see what I do. I don't know about updates. I might do weekly updates, so you'll get probably a one a week from me. We'll see. Again, this is gonna go through all of July. Oh my god. So yeah, there's that too. and then we'll see how I do for the newts in August. We'll see how I do here, because so the subjects that you complete, so the owls that you get, that you complete, and yeah, so for each subject I complete, those are the subjects I am allowed to participate in the newts readathon. So let's say I don't get to Muggle Studies. I don't find a nonfiction book that I like. Well, I can't participate in the Muggle Studies newts prompts. Like, I can't read anything for Muggle Studies. Let's say I don't get to what's this one? Divination? Is it? No, this isn't divination. This is Defense Against the Dark Arts. I don't see that happening, but let's say I don't get to it. Well, then I can't, you know, participate in those newts. Like, I can't participate in that prompt, or in those prompts, because for the newts, for each subject, for each of the 12 subjects, there are 3 prompts each. That's a bit of a challenge. So if you were like, let's say I do complete all 12 subjects, I can participate in all 12 subjects and all 36 prompts. And again, you have to have a book for each prompt. Oh my god, you absolutely don't have to do that. You can get an outstanding in one, and then like have an acceptable in all the others. Like, you can pass them. An outstanding would be to read a book for each of the 3 prompts of one subject. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about this. This is my TBR for the readathon. This is my announcement in TBR. Again, I will link everything down below. I will link book roasts, announcement videos, and I will link April's TBR video for you guys. So that's it for me today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm very sorry about the lateness of this video, but again, I didn't know about it until today, until like literally 20 minutes ago before I started filming this. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again with another video. Bye.